All right, it is now 5 o'clock, so I'd like to begin this meeting. So first off, roll call.
I'm going to do a roll call today since our secretary is out. So when you hear your name, just say here. Amy.
Here.
Anya.
Here.
Ashley. Bridget. Cindy. Stephanie.
Here.
Jade.
Here.
Jasleen. Leonard.
Present.
Matal. Natalie. Nolan.
Here.
Ryan.
Here.
Simon.
Here.
And Yanu. All right, thanks,
All right.
guys.
Moving on to 3, minutes approval. The minutes of the Monday, December 12, 2022 meeting has been delivered to the committee members and a copy posted onto the View Teen Center bulletin board. If there are no corrections or additions, a motion is in order to approve these minutes.
Anya wants to make the approval. I feel it.
Yeah, I'd like to put forth a motion to approve these minutes.
I'll second that.
All right, for those who agree, please raise your hand. Even those of you with no cameras on. All right, those who oppose, please raise your hand. All right, the motion has been passed. Moving on to number 4, oral communication from the public. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons wishing to address the committee on any matter not on the agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. State law prohibited the committee from acting on non-agenda items. We have no people from the public. Number 5, unfinished business. We don't have any. So moving on to number 6, new business. First, I want to start off with 6.1 subcommittee updates. So if each subcommittee's leader or representative can come up one by one and tell us a summary about what you guys did. So who would like to volunteer? If not, I will be picking people.
I can say. Okay, well, we're still waiting on responses from the other yaks. I think we just wanted to confirm that the email got sent out to the other yaks.
It did, Maya, and we have some interest, and we'll discuss that a little bit under 6.2 Teen Week.
Okay, sounds good.
I can go next. Okay, so for diversity, we said that we could cook foods from different cultures during a day during Teen Week, and also for health and wellness, we can repeat some of the therapy animals from the teen wellness retreat, and maybe host a meditation or a fitness class. And also maybe this can be ongoing. It could be a study session and a stress management session.
I can go next. We were also mostly discussing Teen Week. We figured out the sort of general categories that we wanted to try, and then we're going to decide specifics probably a little later.
I can go next. We just mostly finalized our list of ideas for Career Day, and we started discussing some ideas on how we could market it. And actually, we were wondering whether the marketing subcommittee would be able to help us with marketing.
I'll answer for them, yes.
That should be all of the subcommittees, I hope. All right, so moving on to 6.2, Teen Week 2023. Committee members will start planning activities for events for Teen Week, which is scheduled for the week of May 1st through May 5th of 2023. So for those of you who don't know what Teen Week is, it's just a whole week entirely long dedicated to activities, events that we help create for middle schoolers, teenagers of any sort to just come, hang out, be stressed, just have fun in general. And we have done many for the past few years. We've done like art workshops. There have been like a poem writing session where people came up and like shared what they did. We've also done, what have we done? We also do every year on Fridays, we do this thing called Teen Open Mic Night. I'm pretty sure most of you know what it is. And it's our most popular event. So we're gonna keep doing that this year. But if any of you guys have any ideas that we should do for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just like shoot them out and we'll write them down into a list.
All right, so I know the subcommittee mentioned, I know Nolan, you mentioned you guys have some category ideas. Do you want to maybe start off with those and then we can start coming up with ideas for the different categories?
Yeah, so mostly we were talking about just like we had some specific ones. Like we wanted to try to do a movie day that was recommended last year, and we didn't get to do that one, and it sounded kind of cool, so we thought that might be good. And then we also wanted to try to do some creative kinds of workshops. We thought maybe a physical art like ceramics might be interesting to try, as well as maybe something like a plant-based cooking thing. Also maybe like a writing workshop of some kind.
Awesome. And I know Stephanie gave a little overview, but just to reiterate, we're coming up with different programs and events for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, possibly Saturday. Friday, we're locked in for our open mic night. It was a very successful event last year, and everyone that attended it, both YAC members and teens that performed and community members, really enjoyed it. We had 20 different performances and about 100 people in the audience. So that's going to continue again this year. We'll work on the details of that in a couple weeks, maybe 2 months out from here. But right now, let's try to come up with our list. We're not going to lock anything in today. We're just trying to come up with ideas, and I would love to hear for everyone's ideas. So we'll just open it up and unmute yourself and share a program or event idea.
This isn't like necessarily an idea, but did you want to talk about like what we were trying to do with reaching out to the YACs right now?
Let's try to get some ideas down first, and then we can talk about collaboration afterwards.
Okay.
Maybe like a baking contest during Teen Week.
Awesome.
I think it would be really fun if we did maybe some sort of field day or obstacle course that we could set up at a park.
I know you guys mentioned
And once
before.
again,
Oop, go ahead, Maya.
I'm just saying I'm once again bringing up the teen business fair idea.
I was just going to bring that up, that you guys had that down before. I wrote that one down too.
Maybe some kind of also scavenger hunt throughout like stores within Mountain View.
In the past, YAC has done a film showcase at Century Theaters. So this would include collecting different film submissions created by teens. We could partner with the Freestyle School in Mountain View to get submissions for this. And then we show them on the big screen at the movie theater. They've also done some kind of hoopla event at Teen Open Gym where it's just like a big kind of basketball party, other sports and stuff, and food and games and things. I don't know if those are interesting to you guys.
I don't know if you can do this, so maybe like go ice skating or something. Oh, actually, I don't know if you can because it's like in May, but like, yeah.
Inside, maybe. I'll write it down.
Also,
if ice skating is an option, you can always do a roller skating as well.
Any other ideas? You have a pretty good list. So just to review, I want to make sure I wrote everyone's ideas down. Shout out at the end if I didn't get your idea. So we've got like a movie day or night showing, some sort of creative workshops or hands-on art workshops like ceramics, plant-based cooking workshop, a writing workshop, a baking contest, teen small business fair, a field day or obstacle course at a park, scavenger hunt, or a skating trip. Anything I missed?
I mean, is this all fun stuff, or can you have like educational things, or what
It's
is the
kind
goal
of
here?
it's kind of a mix of both. So I feel like we do have quite a mix, like, you know, creative workshops like ceramic or plant-based cooking. Those could be fun and also skill building. And then, you know,
I
you have
mean, we could do like life skills, like
Mhm.
practice investments or something, and then I have no idea what do people do like in life. I mean, cooking classes, just combine all of that into like a learn how to deal with yourself at college.
Okay. Any other ideas? Okay, so let's talk other components of Teen Week. So we have, you know, the events and programs that happen. Last year, we also partnered with local businesses to offer teen-only discounts. I think we had about 10 places last year that did a discount if you showed your ID. Is that something you guys want to do again? Thoughts on partnering with businesses for a teen discount? It'd be
that
like
was really good last year.
20, I think Red Rock did like 30% off your order, and an ice cream place did a buy one, get one free.
Yeah, I think this was
Maybe we could do that. Maybe we could do that with the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, let me write that down. Okay. So I'm hearing yes on the discount, which is good. That involves the community and local businesses a little bit, which is great for more visual to the community. And then the Los Altos Youth Commission, I think that's their name, basically the YAC there is interested in a possible collab for Teen Week. I'm not sure in what capacity yet. They haven't done any events to the scale that we have, like with Teen Week. But they would at least be interested in partnering for the open mic night and possibly different events throughout the week, which would mean we could also have their space to use, their community center and teen center and things like that. So let's just do a show of hands on who would maybe be interested in working with another youth commission for Teen Week and expanding it into another city. All right, looks like it's pretty agreed upon. So I will keep in contact and give you guys updates when I hear back more from the groups. I threw some ideas that you guys came up with, such as like the open mic night and the different workshops and the teen small business fair, and they seemed on board. So hopefully we'll have a joint meeting set up soon, whether that be we all meet together or some representatives from their group come to ours or vice versa. So just, it's great that we'll maybe be able to collab with them, which would be a good experience for you guys. Okay, so Teen Week is gonna be on the agenda from basically here on out. Next week, I'll have all of your guys' ideas. Greg and I will work to see which ones are possible, and then we'll try to nail down our schedule over the next couple meetings. Maybe we'll save it for our first in-person in February. That could be a fun activity to do in person. So any other questions or input for Teen Week? Awesome. Stephanie, back to you.
All right, moving on to 6.3, Find Your Fit Teen Career Day. Committee members will provide input on the Find Your Fit Teen Career Day event that will be held on Saturday, March 25th, 2023, from 9 a.m. to noon at the View Teen Center. So I think we did this last year and some of you like attended to it. I know Anya did, but I don't know if anyone else in the meeting right now attended. And if Anya, you want to like give some input of like what happened last year, and then we can like figure out what we can do this year.
Yeah, so last year we had a panel of speakers. And so the first portion of the event, the speakers they gave a little bit of their background and their career, and then the participants were able to ask questions. And then after that, we kind of went into workshops. I forget how many we had. It was like 2 or 3 workshops. And Lauren ran one of them, which I think was pretty successful. So we're kind of going for the same format again this year with a lineup of speakers or a panel, and then 2 to 3 workshops.
Great. So like Anya said, it was a big hit last year. I think we had close to 50 kids come. 3-hour event. It was a panel of professionals and then workshops and then a job volunteer fair. So what myself and Greg and the Teen Center staff need to know is, what types of people do you want on the panel? What kind of career and professionals do you want to hear from? Last year we had
FBI agent.
Yeah, we had FBI agent, we had a software engineer from Google, we had a statistician from the earthquakes, we had a librarian, we had an NBC News reporter, we
Great
had
America guy.
Great America social media guy. So we had kind of a variety, and we're looking to offer another variety of professionals this year. And I want to know, what careers are you guys interested in? Are your friends interested in, so that we can bring in speakers that are relevant?
Maybe some kind of elected official, like a politician.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a lawyer or something, but yeah, like a politician, a lawyer. Yeah.
I was gonna say like a doctor or a surgeon.
Awesome.
I can read through some of the ones we have already on the document.
Yeah.
So we had police department, fire, like medicine or dental. We also want to emphasize like non-traditional career paths. So we also had a hairstylist, we had computer science. We have Robert Honda on there because that was fun. He was great. And then education as well. And then, yeah, lawyer.
Those are all great ideas. Any other ideas?
An architecture. I know that's not a very popular one, but I do know there's some people who are interested in it.
Nice.
Maybe some kind of career that has something to do with like animals, like a veterinarian
Yeah.
or like a zookeeper or something.
Great. Well, we've got a lot of ideas here, and I know Susie and Jerry and a couple other staff are reaching out to people that they may know that have unique careers. So also keep working on developing this list. We had a couple different ideas for the format. I know last year we had the career panel, and it was probably the most popular part of the day, but we didn't have time for a lot of questions because we had so many people on the panel and they all wanted to answer the questions. So one thought we had was maybe doing 2 different panels, and one being your non-traditional careers, and then one being a more like formal, or however you wanted to split that up, or it just could be 2 random career panels. So that could be an option. Open to your ideas too, for how, if you guys are attending this event, how would you want it to go? How long would you want certain things to last, where you aren't going to get bored and kind of be uninterested after a while?
There was also the job fair as well. And I think last year, like it was pretty popular. I remember a lot of the participants were going up and asking questions, but it was a pretty extended period of time.
I agree. I think we can shorten that this year and maybe do more room for the panel. If you guys were listening to different people talk about their careers, how long would you want to sit there?
I'd say like it really depends on the person. I mean, you can really get some people. It depends on how interested they are in like a career. So if you're like really not interested, it could be anywhere from 5 minutes to if you're like really interested, you can spend hours and hours. So I think like maybe a good middle ground would be like 10 to 15, sort of in those ranges. Or if you wanted to go for like something, you know, if you're like talking to an audience that maybe isn't just is interested in a particular career, but rather wants to see like a whole wide variety, then you could do something like 5 minutes per speaker, and you're going sort of in a faster round.
Cool. Anybody else have feedback on that?
Lauren, last year, would you say it was like, I mean, I know they went kind of question, like they asked the same, did they do the same question to everybody?
It
Or do
was
they-
kind of, I think it was Anya and Ryan that were asking the questions. But it was basically whoever wanted to answer. It was like the question was open-ended to the whole panel. And most people answered every question, and that's why we didn't get through so many questions.
Yeah.
So I think we can do a better job of saying to the panel, you don't have to answer all the questions, or you're only selected for these questions. But in all, the panel was an hour. And I don't know if Anya and Ryan and anyone else that was there last year want to comment on if that felt too long or too short, just so we can get an idea for this year.
I think splitting the panel is probably our best option. And then kind of, I don't know if we give like 30 minutes for the first portion, and then we break it up with some workshops, and then do another like sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully by then, like maybe through the workshops, because I remember last time a lot of the participants were really like nervous to ask questions, understandably. And so maybe kind of breaking it up and having them move around and interact with people will also open up room for like more questions and more discussion.
Yeah, I also agree that an hour felt a little bit too long for the panel. So I think that breaking it up would be pretty good.
Awesome. This is good feedback, guys. All right. And then we'll have the volunteer job fair at the end, and we'll shorten that as well. So that way everyone can get through all the businesses. And then lastly, we had Starbucks and Noah's Bagels last year for refreshments. Do that again, offer something different. What are you guys' thoughts? It's a morning event, 9 to noon. So we'll have some sort of food item available. What would you guys like it to be?
We could do muffins, we could do
Maybe like
donuts.
sorry, bagels.
Bagels, okay. No preference, anything, as long as there's food there. Is that kind of everyone's vibe?
I mean, I don't want to be that person because I know we used Starbucks last year, but what if we go with their like kind of rival? What if we go with Dunkin' Donuts? I don't know.
Switch it up. And then we did a little giveaway last year. It was like a professional like portfolio for like your resume or like taking notes. Anybody have an idea for like a giveaway this year that's sort of career or school or job related?
Is there like a budget on the price?
Throw some ideas out there and we can see what we can work with.
Maybe like gift cards.
Okay. So some sort of raffle at the end. We don't have to do a giveaway. We can keep thinking too. We don't have to nail this down today. Just wanted to get it in your brains to start thinking about. But thank you to our college and career subcommittee who put together some great notes and ideas first. And again, we'll keep, this will be on the agenda too, because it's the event in March. So we'll keep working on it each week. All right, Stephanie, you want to take us to the last one?
All right, now we're moving on to 6.4 Teen Friendly Business Award. The committee members will discuss the 2023 Teen Friendly Business Survey and Award.
So the Teen Friendly Business Award, it's been going on for a while, Greg, right? Like years.
15, maybe
Yeah.
15. Like,
So this is given, the award is selected by teens and is given to a local business that teens feel is very welcoming and supportive for teens. They feel safe and it's somewhere they visit a lot and enjoy their experiences at. It can be a restaurant, it can be a shopping store. Last year, Books Inc. was awarded. Year before, I think it was House of Bagels. So the format that we did last year was we had an online survey open throughout the month of March, where teens could go on and nominate a business. And then in April, we selected I think it was the 8 most nominated businesses. And we put them on another survey for teens to go in and vote for one. And that's how last year we ended up with Books Inc. It had the most votes. Obviously, I know last year, like Starbucks got nominated a lot and multiple locations of Starbucks got nominated. So it is based off of location too in different places. So do you guys feel that that's a good format to go with again? So again, having a month of open nominations and then having a month of voting based on the top nominated places. Does that feel good, or does anybody have any ideas on how we could maybe do it better? Getting some thumbs up from people.
So we kind of discussed this in our committee since we were talking about the Teen Business Week. And we kind of thought that maybe we could have multiple categories, because I know that we have a lot of food businesses, obviously, but maybe dividing them into like best lunch place rated by teens, or just like a coffee place, maybe a restaurant place, because there are like a lot of food places, and sometimes like ones that were good but just didn't get acknowledged or something.
Yeah, I think
get ignored. So
I think that's a great idea, Leonard. And I think one component of that will be getting enough people to vote and nominate. Last year, we had a good number of people vote and nominate, but I would like to see more this year. I'd like to see it in the hundreds. And I know Greg and I would be more than happy to put together a prize basket or a gift card for someone, for the YAC member who got the most friends to vote and nominate.
we did that a couple of years ago. It was,
yeah.
And the kids had no clue who William actually won, Lauren.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I know Ryan was there last year and Ashley was too, when we presented the award to Books Inc. And it's really rewarding and cool that like you guys as a group can present a plaque to a group and say like, hey, like, thank you for making this a welcoming place for teens. And I think it's a really cool program. Do other people, do you guys as a whole feel like you can get enough of your friends and your schoolmates and your people that you know in clubs and sports and things to nominate businesses and vote?
This is just for Mountain View though, right?
It is, yes.
yeah, I feel like there are definitely gonna be enough people, especially like if the 2 high schools are kind of notified about it. And then just a question from last year: did elementary school kids get a vote, or was it just teens, like middle school and high school?
Middle school and high school.
Are we allowed to expand it into elementary school? Like, not saying that they venture out and they go to businesses around Mountain View, but like they probably remember places that they like to go. So
since it's teen nominated and teen friendly, I think we'll just stick with middle school and high school.
okay, that makes sense.
And then anybody want to piggyback off Leonard and think that it's a good idea to do different categories this year? Do you guys like that idea? Do you think you'll be able to accomplish that idea? I think it's a great idea. getting some thumbs up again.
Yeah, I think that would work.
So maybe in a future meeting, we have a discussion on what those categories are, and maybe we pick 2 or 3 of them. Does that sound good?
I really like that. Because then
That
you
sounds-
can do kind of like the, teen-friendly businesses, plural, and kind of like the Oscars or the Emmys.
And then that'll be presented during Teen Week. So we'll get a group of you guys that want and are available to go present it in person during Teen Week sometime. Great. All right. Moving on, Stephanie.
All right. Number 7, committee staff comments, questions, committee reports. No action will be taken on any questions raised with the committee at this time. So if anyone have like any last minute like comments, questions, Lauren, Greg, if you have anything to like put in lastly before we finish.
Just a reminder, our next meeting in 2 weeks will be our last online meeting. And then Lauren and I will discuss whether we put it on the agenda or just kind of talk about it before or after our next meeting. Just kind of the who, what, where, when, whys of an in-person meeting, because there are only 2 of us on this call right now that have met in person and the rest of you have not. So should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Lauren, anything?
I think Maya has something that she'd like to share that she's working on.
Yeah, I can't turn my camera on because bandwidth issues. Anyway, hey everyone, I know that you guys are, part of this because you like to volunteer and help out the general community. So there's actually an initiative that Bridget and I are working on. It's called the Neuroscience Art Auction. Basically what we do is we create art, sell it, and then donate the profits to neuroscience organizations, generally ones that are responsible for research and in the local area. We worked with a lot of students from like Los Altos High School and I think even Mountain View High School, other local schools. Anyway, it's exciting because on the 21st, we're actually having our very first in-person auction, and the reason I'm telling you guys this is because we are looking for volunteers to help us out. I don't know if you guys saw, like, for example, the Los Altos National Art Honor Society auction, but it would be very simple. We need people to, for example, play music right outside, welcome people in, kind of just show them around the art and help them with questions if necessary, and then a couple of people at the entrance and, manning the register or the cash, dealing with that. So I just honestly want to ask you guys if anyone was interested in volunteering for this event. I know that some of you might be available. Lauren, can you send out like a form for people to fill out if they're interested in volunteering for this event?
Can I do that, Greg? Just gonna double check.
She can.
Okay.
Maya can.
You should have everyone's email. And that was sent
Okay.
out in the packet from the beginning. If you don't, just shoot me an email and I'll give you everyone's email.
Okay, I can send out that form and you guys can fill it out if you're interested in volunteering. Other than that, we could use the YSC's help with like advertising for this event. We have already partnered with the city of Los Altos, but since this is a generally like local thing, I think, having a few other city governments or help would be useful for that. So I don't know. I wanted to ask if that's something you guys are interested in working on as well. I don't know how you'd express that interest, but if that's something you guys want to help advertise, that would be nice. Like maybe like a post on Instagram or something.
So maybe if anyone has friends that are interested in art or science, or maybe they can post on their Instagram to help promote Maya and Bridget's event.
I mean, right now we're not necessarily looking for students to help out. It's mostly just promoting the actual event. So here's what I'll do. I'll send you guys the flyer. Let me send it in the chat. Can I send it in the chat? How do you? Hold on, sorry. My computer is an absolute mess. Anyway, I don't know how
It
to
might be
send it.
better to send it in an email so that it doesn't get lost in
Okay.
the chat when the meeting ends. Yeah.
All right, I'll send out the flyer and the form that you can fill out if you want to volunteer with us to everyone. And then you guys, if possible, can you send that out to your friends, or parents, get the word out there, etc. We also might be willing to like give you volunteer hours for helping us advertise if that's something you're interested in. You can just email me back and we can figure something out. Otherwise, that's basically all I wanted to say. So if you're interested, I'll send out an email, let me know.
Anybody else have anything to share with the group? All right, Stephanie, wrap her up.
All right, I would like to adjourn this meeting at 5:35 p.m.
Goodbye, everybody. Have fun at school tomorrow. Your first day back.